Historic preservation and overlay districts make sure any new development fits in with the older style. This goes a long way toward maintaining high property values.
If we didn't have any overlay laws, then people would continue to do what they individually wanted to do without, not necessarily all the time, but a lot of the time without coordinating their project with other projects in the vicinity that the project is located. I think there would be more individual projects that don't really blend in with the whole idea of the downtown. And it conceivably could end up being individual projects that are not cohesive, and we wouldn't have the urban fabric tied together, which is the effort of the overlay district.
I think we're fortunate in Louisville in that we have clear direction, or at least clear intent, in the form of overlay districts that give you a sense as you go into a certain part of the city where you understand what the nature of that area is and what the intention is. The result is, I think, clear. This intersection now has a personality that didn't exist before. And I think it made this building instantly in character. Instantly, it had a sense of being a landmark, and it appears that it should be here. Had we taken an approach that was defiant of those the overlay requirements, or in resistance to it, perhaps we'd have a nice design, but I'm not so sure it would work in the context. And I think that's the key. That's the intent of the overlay requirements, and we chose to respect those and actually use them to our advantage.
Louisville has established architectural review boards to protect and reinforce the distinct character of older neighborhoods.
The process is a fairly simple process that requires an application to planning and design. Applications are then determined to be staff level review or committee level review. The vast majority of these applications are approved at staff level. When they go to committee, the applications are carefully considered by committee members and a decision is reached, often approving the application. The design overlays, landmarks, preservation districts, and design review overlays affect when folks are doing projects that involve exterior change. For example, if you're doing a project on your property that where you're changing out a window or changing a door or maybe installing a new sign, these types of exterior change trigger the review that's required within those overlays. Well, one of the questions we commonly get is, am I in a district? Am I in an overlay? And that information is a lot more readily available to folks who are online through our Logic website. You can type in your actual property address and it'll give you a whole list of specifics about your property, including whether or not it's in an overlay district. So that's one clue. We also encourage people to call planning and design or urban design staff if they ever have a question. Am I in a district? Do I require a certain level of review? What's the process? So we're always available by phone, by computer. We get a lot of people who walk into our office. We're conveniently located downtown, so a lot of folks just come in. Or they've talked to neighbors and they want to call and check in. And we advise them on the process so that they know up front what the process is for their project and what they can reasonably expect.
Preservation is also a big part of Louisville's economic prosperity.
When you talk about the economy and the economic benefits of historic preservation, you're talking about the very heart of our community's revitalization efforts. Historic preservation goes straight to the bottom line. If you think about the development of our community, particularly in this case, let's focus on the downtown. Preservation has not solved by itself any problem in our community or downtown, but it's been a part of every aspect of the community revitalization effort in our community. So when you think of the Brown Hotel or the Sealback, or you think of more recent projects like the Glassworks or the Henry Clay Hotel, this is economic revitalization based on historic preservation principles. And that all says this is a community that cares about itself, it cares about design, and it's developed strategies to make sure that those qualities will be preserved for present and future generations. I think visitors to any community, whether they're tourists, potential residents, or investors, are going to be attracted to a community that is distinct, it has unique character, and has taken steps and developed strategies and tools to preserve that character. And that's at the heart of what we do at Landmarks. And one of the expressions that I heard recently I really like is that it's not good because it's old because it's good. And that's absolutely correct. Things were built to last. I know that's sort of a shop-worn expression, but it's true. They don't build them like this anymore.
Protecting historic properties and having overlay requirements in designated areas helps to create a cohesive look and feel to a neighborhood and connects it to its past.
Overlay has helped to maintain a cohesiveness in the central business district. It has proven to be a very valuable asset to the management of the city.
Preservation districts and downtown Bardstown Review Overlay has met their goals in maintaining compatibility of new changes, new projects, with the net result of maintaining or increasing property values. When folks know they're moving into a district that is going to have a more intrinsic design review level, then their property values are protected from large unwarranted change or incompatible change.
The successful projects we see along Bardstown Road have been respectful of the overlay district requirements. And that's not, that isn't by accident. That's because there is an overarching, I guess, goal or an overarching approach to the design and the overlay, and if we're respectful of that, the project is going to fit, and the project is going to benefit from all of that, the success that the character of this area has.
The city of Louisville's architectural heritage has accumulated to the point where it's very rich and extraordinarily diverse. And so if you need a good reason of why we should preserve historic buildings, all you really do is have to look around you to see that rich architectural heritage. So our charge at the Landmarks Commission is to protect and preserve that unique heritage that gives Louisville its special character.
The neighborhoods of Louisville are one of its great treasures. Many of those are historic neighborhoods like the one we're standing in right now, Old Louisville, but there are new neighborhoods, and the emphasis of the administration is to really provide a high quality of life for all of its citizens.
For more information on Louisville's Planning and Design Services Department, visit louisvilleky.gov. Thanks for joining us on this edition of Renovate Louisville.